The hidden psychology of people who never give up. Why do some people keep moving forward when everything seems to tell them to stop? They fail, they get rejected, they lose motivation, sometimes they even lose hope, yet somehow they stand up and try again. We often call these people strong, but their strength is not always visible. The real secret lies deep inside their psychology. People who never give up are not necessarily fearless, they simply understand that fear does not have to make their decision. Imagine two people facing the same failure. One thinks, this proves I am not good enough. The other thinks, this shows me what I need to learn. The events is the same, but the meaning they give to that event is completely different, and that difference can change an entire life. One of the most powerful psychological traits of persistent people is their ability to separate failure from identity. They do not say, I failed, therefore I am a failure. They say, I failed at this attempt. That small change in language creates a hug change in the brain. A failure becomes information instead of a final judgment. People who keep going also understand something most people forget. Motivation is temporary. There will be days when they feel inspired, but there will also be days when they feel exhausted, disappointed, and completely uninterested in continuing. The difference is that they do not depend entirely on motivation. They build routine habits and commitments that keep them moving even when motivation disappears. This is why consistency is often more powerful than enthusiasm. Another hidden psychological trait is their ability to think beyond the present moment. When life becomes painful, the brain naturally focuses on immediate discomfort. It's too hard. Maybe I should stop. Nothing is changing. But persistent people learn to ask a different question. Will this decision help the person I want to become? They do not only think about today's pains, they think about tomorrow's possibilities. This creates psychological distance between the present struggle and the future goal. And then there is another powerful secret. People who never give up become comfortable with being beginners. They understand that growth often feeling embracing. You may look inexperienced, you may make mistakes, others may criticize you, but they do not allow temporary embarrassment to destroy permanent dream. They know that every expert was once a beginner who looked foolish while learning. Resistant people also change their strategy when necessary. Never giving up does not mean doing the exact same thing forever. Sometimes the goal remain the same, but the method must change. If one door does not open, they reach for another. If a strategy fails, they learn. If they make a mistake, they adjust. This is not weakness, it is psychological flexibility, and perhaps the most important quality is their relationship with setbacks. Most people see setbacks as interruption. Resistant people eventually learn to see them as part of the journey. They stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and begin asking, "What can this teach me?" That question transforms pain into experience. It transforms rejection into direction. It transforms failure into feedback. But there is something else that makes the people different. They do not require everyone to believe in them. Sometimes their biggest battle happens when body nobody understands their vision. Friends may doubt them. Finally, family may question their decision. Others may laugh at their ambitions. But persistent people develop an internal source of validation. They learn to say, "I do not need everyone to understand my journey. I only need to keep walking it." Of course, people who never give up still get tired. They still cry. They still experience doubt. They still have moments when they want to quit. The difference is that they allow themselves to trust without turning that into surrender. They understand that taking a break is not the same as abandoning the destination, and perhaps that is the greatest lesson. Never giving up does not mean running every day. Sometimes it means walking. Sometimes it means crawling. Sometimes it means stopping for a while, recovering, and then taking one more step. The world often celebrates the final victory, but it rarely sees the thousands of invisible moments that came before it. The morning when someone wanted to quit, the night when nobody believed in them, the failure they never posted online, the tears they wiped away before starting again. That is the hidden psychology of people who never give up. They do not always have extraordinary strength, they simply develop an extraordinary relationship with ordinary struggle. They understand that success is rarely one giant leap. It is usually the result of thousands of small decisions to continue. So, if you are struggling right now, remember this: You do not have to know exactly how you will reach the destination. You only need enough courage to take the next step because sometimes the person who succeeds is not the most talented person in the room. It is simply the person who stayed long enough to discover what was possible. And perhaps your greatest breakthrough is not waiting for you to become stronger. Perhaps it is waiting for you to refuse to stop. Keep going. Your story may not be finished yet.